Oh my gosh, here it is guys, my 2023 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning into this video. If you guys are already subscribed to the channel, welcome back. So if you guys didn't see my last video that I uploaded about the cars, I ended up selling all of my cars and ended up getting this, and I documented the process. So if you want to see that video, make sure you check that out. Like I said in that video, I was going to be going over this car, the MSRP, what I paid for it. I have been trying to find the window sticker and I cannot find it. So in another video, I am going to show you the actual window sticker, but you guys can trust me when I say this car had an MSRP of $95,000. That is crazy. And I honestly can't believe that I own a car that had an MSRP that was just under $100,000. This car is an absolute dream for me, and I cannot believe that something like this is actually mine. This is the Misano Blue, which just looks absolutely amazing in the light. I think this has like a greenish hue to it. Honestly, their Montreal Verde green is so beautiful. That was actually my first choice when I was going to get one of these cars, and that was something that I really wanted to get. But with how many of these were limited whenever I was looking for them, I couldn't find the actual spec that I wanted in green. So my top colors were the Verde Montreal, and then the Rosso, not the Etna, the regular Rosso, and then number 3 was going to be the Misano. So this one was not my first choice, but after I ended up getting this car, I'm telling you, this blue just grows on you. Every time I take it anywhere, people always comment on how the blue just looks amazing. So like I said, I think this has like a greenish hue to it, like especially at night whenever you see this color, it just like has a little bit of that green flake in it, which just makes it so cool and kind of just like an exotic electric blue. This spec is definitely just absolutely amazing. It has everything that I wanted on the car, and I had to have a couple things in particular. This car had to have, like when I was doing my search, I had to have the sunroof. It had to have colored brakes. Like I wanted yellow, but I know after a certain year they only did the red. So I ended up getting the red with the white script, and then also it absolutely had to have these carbon fiber Sparco seats. These look absolutely amazing, and if I was getting one of these cars, it had to have it 100%. And you know what's nice is it actually makes it hold the resale value so much better, because when I was looking around, every time I'd see a car with these seats, it was always higher no matter what. It makes sense because if you look on the window sticker, it's actually $3,500 option to get these, and they just look so beautiful. You actually get the green stitching going all the way throughout, and the bolsters just hug you so well. And honestly, with something like this, I thought it was going to be a little bit stiff and not have like lumbar support, but it fits me perfectly. It hugs you so much, and people always say how surprised and comfortable they are whenever they're sitting in these seats. So taking a view from the back here, these seats are just dripped out all the way from the top to the bottom, which I especially love. So if you are someone sitting in the back of this car, taking a ride, you are gonna see an amazing view in front of you. The only thing that I kind of freak out about and have experienced already is whenever you have these seats folded down and you're lugging something around and you hit the brakes hard and it slides forward, you do not want that to smash those and potentially crack it. So that's something to keep in mind, and I'm gonna figure out some kind of like barrier when I have the seats down so I don't do that, and just make sure that they're gonna be nice and preserved. So as you can see on the door panels, we got carbon fiber laying all the way throughout these door cards, which just looks amazing. And one of my favorite parts is this keeps the Italian sport theme with the column paddle shifters on here. These are made of aluminum and they just feel amazing. They contour your hands perfectly the way that you fit on there, and I absolutely love how long they are, because you can actually like drive the car and hold down here and you can still shift, or you can have your hands up here and still shift, which is really nice, because before with my Audi, you'd have to have your hands right here only when you're driving a car. But this does have carbon fiber in it. This car also comes equipped with adaptive cruise control, which is so nice. And my favorite part, the sunroof. I always wanted a car with a sunroof, and I've had a couple in the past, and finally I got one again, and I'm so excited. I couldn't be happier about that. Look at those seats again. They are just amazing. I do like whenever like I change lanes and I'm like looking back, this does have the blind spot indicators, which is really nice. Some models don't come with that, but it's just cool because whenever you turn around to the side to change lanes, you get to see the carbon fiber in the seats. And you can even see the carbon fiber on the door card in the back and on here. So like everywhere you look in this car, it's just an amazing view, and you just reminded you're driving a race car, dripped out in carbon all the way through here. And I'm gonna show you guys some of these controls. What I like about this too, guys, so this carbon reminds me of my TTRS because it is just dripped out all the way through and just looks so cool. But we get these awesome features right here where you can actually change like the suspension and everything. So we got like an automatic mode, which is going to be like fuel efficient. This is going to be like a fuel efficient mode. We have natural mode, and then we also put it in dynamic, and you can hear the exhaust actually open up. I don't know if you can actually hear that right now, but the exhaust opens up, and then you can change the suspension in dynamic mode from like soft to medium. And then if you put this car in race mode, it takes it to the highest stiffness of the suspension, which is really nice. And then again, you can change it to medium or hard. And as you put that in race mode, it shuts off like all the nannies and everything on the car and the traction control as well. So this thing's in full race mode. This camera doesn't like showing screens that well, so it's kind of blocking it out. But this currently has 27,569 miles on the car. I ended up buying this car with 26,000 miles, and I've put probably about 1,500 miles on the car so far in just a couple weeks. This car has been so freaking amazing with driving. Like, I cannot explain it. Coming from a TTRS that has a lot more horsepower than this, because that was 700 wheel horsepower. This is 500 to the crank. So it's probably more so around 440, 430 maybe to the wheels. So TTRS was so much faster, but I have to say that this car is a lot more fun than the TTRS because it has a lot of personality and a lot of burbles when you shift. And for an SUV, you don't feel like you're in an SUV. It drives like a car. It's stiff, it's nimble, it steers where you want it to. I just can't actually believe how good it is. So taking another look from the outside of the car, this has 6-piston brakes in the front, which, guys, this is 21-inch wheels. I don't know why they put wheels on here this big, but I have to say they look beautiful with those circles going through. And my favorite part about these wheels is I can actually stick my hand in here and clean these calipers really well to make sure the car is going to be maintained and look amazing at all times, except right now, guys, because I washed the car yesterday and I didn't clean the wheels. I know, but it was super dark out, so I wouldn't have been able to see anything anyway. Just want to show you guys on the front here, we have a 255 that is very wide, and the dealer actually hooked me up. It was Strongsville, Ohio. They hooked me up with some brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. So this thing is having optimal traction because those tires are really, really nice. And then if we go back here to the back of the car, kind of hard to see because it's upside down, but we have a 285. So these are staggered setup, literally just hug the road so well. We also get a 4-piston brake in the back and then the electronic parking brake up there. But these are in red with the white script, which is about a $750 option. And like I said before, the seats are a $3,500 option from the factory. I get it. If you're older and you want something a little bit more comfortable, get the comfort seats because they actually can adjust like the side bolsters and suck them in. If you end up picking the carbon seats on this, you actually lose the heated steering wheel and the heated seat, which kind of sucks, but guys, it looks so freaking good that I could live with the trade-off, I have to say. So a couple differences that you're gonna have with the regular Stelvio and the Quadrifoglio are gonna be the quad tip exhaust. You're gonna have a different diffuser on the back. You're also gonna have these fender flares that are painted. You're gonna have bigger brakes. You're also gonna get the 4-leaf clover badge right here, which is gonna be the quickest way to indicate it's a Quadrifoglio. You're also gonna get these vents up here on the hood for heat extraction, and the front bumper is a little bit different. There may be a couple other things that differ from the outside, but to be honest, from the regular Stelvio, it's not a whole lot different from a Veloce, I might be saying that wrong, and from a TI Sport. But guys, this car is freaking amazing. I cannot believe that I own this car, that this is mine. Every time I get in it, I get so excited, and it drives so nimble and so well. With only 26,000 miles, it feels like the car is still brand new. I can't believe how nice this thing drives. So lastly, this car is 95,000 MSRP, and I ended up getting this car for $58,000. Now, you guys might say that is a lot of money, but at the end of the day, for a car like this, with the depreciation and everything, these cars are 95,000, brand new. I think Strongsville was actually selling some brand new 24s for like $12,000 discount. So I think they were coming out to like $83,000 to $85,000. And still, compared to this, that's like $25,000 more. 26,000 miles is really not that much. This thing is a baby. So I'm very happy with that price. And then whenever I looked at it, it kind of looked like somebody ceramic coated this and did like a paint correction on it. The paint is flawless, honestly. And that's part of the decision of why I ended up going with blue. Number one, the car was pretty close to me, so it was about 2 hours drive. It wasn't that bad. The dealership was Strongsville, Ohio, and they're ranked #1 in the country for customer service and like sales and stuff. So I had an absolutely amazing experience, and I ended up dealing with Kylie over at Strongsville, Ohio. So if you guys are looking for an Alfa Romeo and you're in the Strongsville area, definitely hit up Kylie over there. She will definitely help you out, make sure that you are happy through the process, and just give you an excellent experience. But since this car was so clean and barely had any paint swirls in the car at all, maybe a few rock chips, but that is expected with 26,000 miles anyway, I couldn't say no. So now that I've went over this car and what I've paid for it in my experience so far, let's go for a drive so you guys can experience what this car is like. Okay guys, we are sitting in the driver's seat of the Alfa Romeo here, and oh, here goes my key. We have a nice little spot here where I can put my key, so I do like that. Carbon fiber everywhere. So we got the cup holder there. Push to start is really nice. On the Audi, it was over here on this side. I keep like trying to hit it over here, but it's so cool that it's there. I like that. So we're just gonna put it in drive, and we are in natural mode right now. Automatic. This car drives really nice in automatic. I actually was surprised because it feels like the car can just be daily driven, which again, I do like that about that. It's not like super jumpy. If you want to just chill out, throw it in normal, you can, but we're not here for that. Throwing it into dynamic, not sure if you guys can hear the exhaust at all, but this thing really starts opening up on the exhaust valve on the muffler, and it is still an automatic, but once you just slap that to the left, you now have total control. Wow. Like every single time, it just is the best. So as I've been driving this for the past couple weeks, I've noticed how nimble the car is around turns. I'm actually going to put this in race mode by just pushing that over one more time. So now all the assists and everything are completely off, and the car is just a tad bit jumpier, tad bit torquier with the race mode rather than dynamic, but they're both essentially pretty close. It's hard for me to really tell a difference. The burbles. This car has so much personality. I wish I filmed my first reaction, like a whole POV of me driving for like 20 minutes, because I was geeking out uncontrollably. It was amazing. But I do have a video of my Instagram of like the first rip that I actually did on the car, and I was geeking out. So check out my Instagram, TJLC, if you want to see that video. But that was my genuine first reaction in the car, like ever. So manageable for every day. How I kind of rate a car, whether it's like really fun to drive, is the car has to be fun to drive whenever you're just driving regular speeds. Like if it doesn't excite you when you're just driving normally on the road, then I don't want to have anything to do with it. When I was driving the GR Corolla around, I did see that you had to rip the car all the time in order to have fun. If you just drove it like a regular car around town, it did not ever feel like anything special. And that was one of the things that kind of drew me away from it. TTRS, again, was able to be driven at low speeds, shifting at 4,000, regular everyday driving. And that car was very exciting to drive. This car does that very well. As I just drive around in the 30-mile-an-hour range to like the 50-mile-an-hour range, and you can just shift, and it's fun. You hear the burbles, the crocs, the pops, the bangs. And this car shifts so fast. It does not feel like you're in an SUV. There's an angry guy on the side of the road there. These guys hate me coming through here. I don't go through this road very often because I do like to change it up. This SUV rewards you for shifting. It wants you to shift. It feels like the manufacturer, Alfa Romeo, wanted you to shift in this car all the time because you hear the pops, the bangs, and they are completely unpredictable. You don't know how much it's gonna pop, how much it's gonna bang. Is it gonna be one pop, two cracks? And that's what I love, because if it was the same every time, it would get very monotonous and daunting, and you would get sick of it. I would personally get bored of it. But the fact is, sometimes I shift and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any pops, which is cool. I like that, because I don't know when it's gonna happen, and when it does happen, you kind of just like laugh a little bit, and it just gives you that excitement of the car. You don't get bored. But the shifting is amazing. It's actually a lot faster than the TTRS. I do feel like this has a nice European like sound to it. You know, we got the Italian motor, Italian design in the car, and it feels really nice. It sounds amazing. For a stock exhaust, I'm very impressed with how deep the tone is. It feels to me very responsive whenever you hit the throttle, which makes me believe that from the factory they have a pretty high flow downpipe on the car. Because that twin turbo, those twin turbos are spooling. I'm gonna go left here. I forget I'm in an SUV. It's so nimble. It's got a little bit of body roll, and that's probably the only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of. But overall, when I'm in this car, you just look around, and like I said before, when you just look around to change lanes, you see a carbon fiber seat, you see the carbon fiber in the door cards, the carbon fiber here, all the way throughout, and it reminds you that you are in something very special. You're not in a regular car. This is a race car. And I actually have a track day booked in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited to take this thing there because I want to see what it's all about. I want to see what it's capable of and what it can do. I know there's a little bit of slop in the suspension because this thing is absolutely a monster truck when it comes to height. But guess what? That can be fixed. Jumpy, very jumpy. I mean, you can just hit the turn. That turn, you know, you hit it at a moderate speed and I feel completely safe still. There's a lot more to go. And I'm still learning the car. I haven't been in race mode a whole ton, but I do like it. I think it's definitely just a little bit more jumpy than the dynamic mode. I'm fine with driving around the dynamic mode day to day, and I haven't like felt the traction control ever kick on me, which makes me just believe that this car has a lot of grip all the time. But coming from a stage 3 TTRS with 700 horsepower, I'm very happy with this car in the way that it performs and handles. It's got plenty of power to have fun every single day. Whenever you want to rip on it, you can. Whenever you want to put it in normal mode, you can. But for me, guys, the biggest thing about getting this car was I was looking at it like this. I have a GR Corolla that is my daily driver, and I kind of just like beat the thing up. It's fun here and there, and I needed that practicality of the hatch, so that was really helpful. And don't get me wrong, it was a great car. I had fun modding it. It was super easy to work on. Probably the easiest car I've ever worked on, ever. Because I'm typically just used to Audis, Volkswagens, so those are a little bit more tricky. I know this car is going to be so hard, but I ended up biting the bullet and getting an extended warranty on here, so I'm not going to be tuning this car. This is going to be my daily driver. But then you got the TTRS, where it's a whole different world from the GR Corolla and this. Fully built. There was like $40,000 in modifications in that car, and it just was very high maintenance. I mean, the spark plugs had to be changed every like 3,000 to 5,000 miles. I changed the oil every 3,000 miles on the car. I just put in another like $5,000 in maintenance in that car before I sold it. And yeah, the spark plugs were like $250 to $300 every time I was changing those, which was every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. And if I didn't, the car would just start misfiring. So it was just pretty high maintenance. If that car was stock, honestly, guys, I probably would have just kept it forever. But since it was so highly modified, I just didn't know how the reliability was going to be super long term, and that car was getting very expensive. But anyway, this car was basically, the way that I saw it, was the best of both worlds. Was the best of both worlds. I was looking at AMGs, and I was also looking at these cars. I ended up stumbling upon this car as I was looking for a high performance SUV, and I kind of just fell in love. And the more that I did research, a lot of people say that these cars are unreliable, and that's far from the truth as far as what I've heard from other people. This car is really reliable after you get past the 2022 year. Once you get into the 2022, the later models, and the 2023s and up, these cars are actually really reliable, which is amazing. And getting that extended warranty gives me a little bit of peace of mind. But 505 horsepower, Ferrari derived engine, and carbon fiber everywhere, steering column, paddle shifts, which are just so special, and the racing seats, which are just amazing. And I honestly didn't believe that I was going to get that many looks and stares whenever I was in this car, but you actually do. It's definitely not as much attention as the TTRS, which I do like, because I think that was a little bit too much. This thing is so quick. 440 foot-pounds of torque in this. 505 horsepower, and it just feels amazing. It's so responsive, looks good. I mean, you could keep this car completely stock, and it would be just like the most fun car to drive ever. I'm actually curious on what a Giulia would be like, but with the Stelvio having so much room in the back, you can just pop the hatch and fold the seats down, and you have so much room in the back to throw whatever you want, take people with you. I mean, for me, I was like, okay, can I just get a car that is a hatchback and a car that's fast and just put them into one, and then you get a race car SUV is kind of the class that you go to. Now, yeah, it's a pretty expensive SUV, but right now, personally, I'm down to one car. In the future, I'm gonna get another car, probably a GTI, like I've said in the past. Ever since I sold my GTI, I've been wanting another one, and I want like a 2022 and up eventually, and I'm gonna build that car up and just make that car so much fun, like a track car for the street. And I'm really excited about that. But that's coming in the future, and I also have a big announcement coming up on the channel. If you guys stay tuned, I'm gonna be dropping some big news. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know. but that's exciting. We got changes coming in the future, and I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm still dropping videos for the Audi Q3, dropping videos for this car. I'm not going to be modding this car as far as like the engine and tuning it and all that, making this like a stage 3 Alfa Romeo, because quite frankly, if this motor blows up, I don't have $40,000 to throw into a new motor. This car handles amazing. It's so nimble. I can't wait to lower this and put this on spacers. It's gonna be amazing. But at the end of the day, this car is definitely the best of both worlds. I'm very happy with it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for everybody who subscribed on the channel. We are over 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I started this page with the TTRS, just having a little bit of fun, documenting my journey for myself. And it's cool to see other people that wanna hang around for the ride, and I've helped people in making how-to videos and stuff, so that's really awesome as well. I'm glad that I've been able to help communities, and honestly, the Alfa Romeo community has welcomed me already. I've met some cool people in the area, which have been really helpful, and it's just super fun to do that. So look out for some more Alfa Romeo videos, and thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.